Our next contestant is number 12. It's NGUYEN NHU KIEU Trangclass from Chau Khe Secondary School.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm very happy to be a contestant with English speaking contest. First of all, I would like to send my greetings, the wishes of health and success to the judges, the delegate, all the teachers and the students who are present in this hall today. And I hope that our speaking English will be successful. My full name is NGUYEN NHU KIEU Trangclass. I'm a student of class 8A Chau Khe Lower Secondary School, a school with more than 50 years of growth and development. I was born in nuclear families with my parents, my two younger brothers, and I. In my free time, I often watch TV, reading books, or sometimes I hang out with them. It's really fun. At school, my favorite subject is English, and my dream is to become an English teacher. So today, I'm going to talk about the topic, natural disasters are increasing. What are the reasons and how can we prevent them? It's very interesting, isn't it? So, for many reasons that cause modern nature's anger, the most critical one is the evolution of our civilization. We humans have come a long way. We have learned to attract energy with water, wind, sun, and even ants and dead things to power our homes, cars, and other modern amenities. And the more our life improves, the more resources we need. That's why we have truly been able to harness, and in many cases, override nature in many ways. For example, in October 2020, Zhaochang dams were broken due to the continuous heavy rain, and it led to the death and missing of more than 100 people, flooded over 135,000 houses, and destroying countless farms. The accident showed that we cannot control nature, and the only thing we have done so far is just to erode it. Additionally, what humankind has done also take part in an engine causing the rise of natural disaster, climate change. The Earth had climate change itself in many different periods, such as the Ice Age, but the existence of humans has accelerated this process, mostly from the increase of the greenhouse effect due to the escalation of the carbon footprint. According to WMO, the average temperatures had increased by 1.2 degrees, and it led to many serious problems, such as more melted ice, the rise of the sea level, which will probably drown many cities such as Venice or Amsterdam. In addition to the melting of ice, climate change also causes a series of droughts all over the world. For instance, in 2020, the Mekong Delta in Vietnam was suffered from a severe drought, which had resulted in tens of thousands of hectares of rice being lost. The serious drought, along with inundation, made nearly 96,000 households that live in 7 coastal provinces in the Mekong Delta become like water. Since we won't be able to entirely stop the occurrence of natural disasters, it is crucial to do our best to mitigate the adverse effects. This means having effective early warning system in place, which advise people to search for shelter before natural disaster hit. Moreover, the medical facility have to be skilled against natural disaster so that injured people will be able to get medical support. Besides, government should make agreement to have each other one country is affected by natural disasters. With this emergency, the effects of natural disaster can be mitigated to a significant degree, even though we will never be able to protect all people from the horrible adverse effects. Investment in risk reduction may also protect people from the adverse effects. This could mean having effective early warnings. This could mean taking prevention measures even before natural disaster occur. For example, countries can build barriers which in case of natural disaster. Reforestation is also an effective measure against some natural disasters, especially against landslide, drought, and flood. The roots of trees hold the soil together and also store large amount of water. Moreover, Reforestation is also a countermeasure to issue of global warming. Finally, reducing the rate of population growth is an excellent way to minimize the negative impacts on climate change caused by humans. Last but not least, education plays a significant role in the context of natural disasters. On the one side, it helps people to understand how they contribute to natural disasters in their daily life. For example, our consumption leads to an increasing that in speed of global warming, that in turn leads to more storm. On the other hand, education also helps people to behave in case of emergency, and thus they might limit the rise of natural disaster in the futures. And thanks for your listening. Now I will answer all your questions.
Hello, Hello, how are you?
I'm very good.
I like your hair.
Yeah.
I like your hair though. Okay.
Thanks for coming.
So do you think human is the only reason to cause this natural disaster?
Thanks for your questions. I don't think so. Humans have affected to natural disaster, but the natural disaster is
Can be comfy.
in
Okay, another question, okay? So, can you name all the natural disasters?
natural disasters. I can name that: flood, drought, storm, or volcanic eruption, and many
Okay.
natural disasters.
Hi Chang,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Chang, I want to know which natural disasters are common in your country.
In my countries, the rise of natural disasters are increasing, but the most common natural disaster in my countries, I think, is flood.
And how can we prevent floods in your country?
Yes, we can reforest or build barriers to prevent the floods.
Build barriers,
Yes.
okay? Can you tell me when did the last flood happen in your country?
In October 2020.
October 2020.
Yes.
Okay. And Chang, last question from my side is why is there only floods in central Vietnam and not in the northern Vietnam or in southern Vietnam?
Thanks for your questions. I think
It's a very difficult question.
it's difficult for me.
Yeah, it's too difficult. Don't worry, you did very well. Thank you.
Thanks. And do you have any questions for me?
Yes, Chang, I have a question for you. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing today?
I am very good as well. Well done on your speech. I
Thanks.
thought you did well. Okay, you can smile. You mentioned reforestation as an effective measure. What is your understanding of reforestation?
Reforestation is some people don't cut down the trees and build and grow more trees in the areas.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you. We would accept questions from the audience.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
In the past, China government have released the one-child policy to lessen the population, as you mentioned in your presentation. So, what do you think about this policy?
Can you repeat again?
China was once brought out the one-child policy to minimize the birth rate in the country. So what do you think about this policy?
I think it's way to minimize.
She's talking about. That is a hard question for her to answer. Very hard. Hey.
Of natural disaster, like
My school, right? Do you?
So she's asking, what do you and your school do to prevent, natural disasters, the consequences of natural disasters?
My school have a discussion of natural disasters for students to educate the student awareness.
thank you. That's a really good answer.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, Chang.
Thanks.
Well done.